What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I'm back from my unofficial break. I've been pretty inconsistent on YouTube for a while now, but I just kind of want to give myself another break here. A whole month almost, I think, since I've uploaded. I don't even remember my last upload was. I can't even remember what my last video was. Yikes, I'm sorry guys, but I'm back I guess now. I wanted to make more of an official comeback video, but after what's happened, I think this is going to be my comeback video, and it's not going to be a fun one because it's a rant video about WWE Super Showdown 2020. Now, your boy was just sitting, chilling at work today. I'm on my break. You know, I work full time. YouTube obviously isn't my job with how inconsistent I am. And you know, I pull up on Twitter and I'm like, oh shit, Super Showdown's today. I wasn't going to watch this pay-per-view even if I wasn't working in the first place, you know, so obviously I can't watch the pay-per-view when I'm at work. But I wasn't going to watch it anyways because one, I really don't care. And two, I don't want to support the WWE Saudi Arabia shows. Just, you know, personal opinion. I think a lot of people feel that way. But, you know, I'm on Twitter and I see that Undertaker's come back. Undertaker's going to fight AJ Styles probably at WrestleMania. You know, he beat AJ Styles at the end of that gauntlet match. You know, that's kind of cool. I'm scrolling through. I see that Mansoor beat Dolph Ziggler. I'm seeing that Miz and Morrison are the new champs on SmackDown, the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. And then I refresh Twitter one more time and I see the words new Universal Champion Goldberg. Wow, I don't even know where to start. I don't think it's fair to start yet because I haven't actually watched the match. I saw that on Twitter and I honestly haven't really looked into it beyond that. I don't know how short the match was. I'm guessing it's pretty short. So I went ahead, I loaded it up over on WWE Network, over on my laptop. You know, as you can see, I got it right here. I haven't watched it yet, so you guys are going to get a little bit of a reaction, and then I'm assuming what's going to be a rant. I know that Goldberg won the belt, and I know a lot of people are pissed about it. So you guys are going to get my reaction here to Goldberg winning the title, and then we're going to talk about it. And I'm not going to be able to show the screen, obviously, because I don't want to get this video taken down for copyright. Fucking get a free trial of the network. It's free to get a trial, $9.99 a month. Anyways, let's go ahead and watch it. Here we go. Like I said, I've not seen it yet. They're staring down in the middle of the ring right now. Bray's taking his jacket off. I don't know if the bell's rung or not. Spear. Okay, 1, 2, oh my god, if that was it right there. Yeah, that's great. Bray Wyatt sits right back up. Alright, he's got the claw on him. I hope he didn't just get squashed, because that'd be just so dumb. But then again, there's literally like 5 minutes left on the show, so I don't know how much they're going to do. He's getting out of the claw, pushes him off. Spear again. Second spear. Bray seems to still be fine. 2 spears. Are we going to get the third one? And then the jackhammer, and then that's it? Spear number 3. Looks like he's going to go for a 4th one. God, this is awful. Bray's just not going to get any offense in, is he? Spear. 4th one. 1, 2, okay, I kick out. Bray kicked out. I thought Bray would be getting up a lot quicker than he is, though. You know, remember when he took like 18 curb stomps? You know what? We'll worry about ranting after. Let's just worry about reacting right now. Mandible claw again. All right. I like that Bray's getting a bit of offense in, but I know what's coming, and I'm not looking forward to it at all. Goldberg's pulling his hand off again, trying to get out of it. Oh, headbutt, knee strike, another knee. All right, is this the jackhammer? He's got him hooked. He's gonna hit it. There's jackhammer. 1, 2. Really? 1 jackhammer? And what, 4 spears? Yikes. Yeah. I thought, let me get this out of the way.
Freaking kidding, right? You're joking, right? Hey, you're joking, right?
So if we go back to Hell in a Cell, how much damage did Seth Rollins do to the Fiend? How many curb stomps, like the chair and all that? And he couldn't keep Bray Wyatt down. But then we get, what, 4 spears and 1 jackhammer. 1, not 3, 1. At least, like, I was thinking there was going to be at least probably 3 to 5, but 1 jackhammer to put Bray Wyatt down? That's garbage. Why? Jesus Christ. You know, I didn't put it past WWE. A lot of people didn't. A lot of people thought this might happen, that Bray Wyatt was probably going to lose. But it actually did happen. Goldberg is the Universal Champion once again here in 2020. Wow. I can't believe it. Now, if I had to ask you to name one person you wouldn't want to see as a world champion in 2020, not Goldberg, who would you probably say? Brock Lesnar. But guess what? Now we have both of them as world champions. Isn't this just great? Going into WrestleMania, we have 2 part-timers as world champions. Yet again, it seems to be that they're putting the part-timers, the old-timers, in place of the younger guys, which is just the part that ticks me off the most about this. Now let's slow ourselves down. Let's not get too ahead of things into this rant, first of all. Let's talk about The Fiend. The Fiend is one of the best characters WWE has had in a long time. I'll fully admit that. Personally, I wasn't a big fan of The Fiend. I'm not going to lie and bandwagon. he didn't do it for me that much. I didn't like it. I preferred the old Bray Wyatt, if I'm being honest, and I didn't like the fact that he was completely indestructible and that it took like so many curb stomps for Rollins to try and beat him, and Finn couldn't do it obviously, but that one's okay. And Daniel Bryan and all that, it just took so many finishers and they couldn't get the job done on Bray Wyatt, and it just made him sort of invincible. So, once it came, it either had to be built up well or a fucking disappointment. But yeah, I hated that part about his character. But other than that, I thought it was kind of cool. It was something different we haven't really seen since, like The Undertaker, who, my favorite wrestler of all time, and I'm very glad to see back tonight. Very excited for Undertaker versus AJ Styles, even though I know it's not that good. Undertaker probably should have retired a while ago. But this isn't a rant about that match. This is about Goldberg. I'm probably going to be a little all over the place, guys. If I didn't apologize already, I do now. So you have this character that I'd say at least 80 to 90% of the audience really likes. He's most people's favorite wrestler right now. He's built up really strong. We've put, a year into this since, SummerSlam? I guess, 6 months or so. I don't know. We've built up this character since the end of last WrestleMania, I think is when they started doing, the whole vignettes, the Raw after or something like that. Built it all the way up to SummerSlam, had him fight Finn Balor. He had the Miz feud. He had the Daniel Bryan feud. He had the Balor feud, obviously. He had the Rollins feud. All the way up to now, right before WrestleMania, probably when the character should have had its rightful ending, against what everyone thought was going to be Roman Reigns. That was the whole rumored match, the Roman Reigns versus the Fiend Bray Wyatt for the Universal Championship. Roman was probably going to get booed out of the building because everyone loved the Fiend, and I guess that wouldn't go according to WWE's plan, which is to get Roman Reigns cheered in the short term. But the thing is, they've been trying this for years with Roman Reigns to get him cheered in the short term. And now I guess the logic here is that by putting Goldberg against him as world champion, we're going to want to see Roman Reigns over Goldberg. Well, WWE, you tried this a few years ago with Brock Lesnar. You thought we'd want to see Roman Reigns over Brock Lesnar. Guess what the fans did? They didn't want to see either of these guys, so they blew up beach balls and hijacked the entire match, and it was a shit WrestleMania main event way back at WrestleMania 34 in New Orleans. I know, because I was there, and I was one of the fans who were bored out of their mind just chanting random shit, not caring about the match. But we have this character built up for so long that should get its rightful end at WrestleMania, or if anything, built up even longer past WrestleMania to, put some other darker character over, someone like Aleister Black. What if it took Aleister Black, everything he had, just 16 black masses or something? I know that's a little bit of a stretch, but everything Aleister Black has to finally capture the Universal Championship, or Demon Balor coming back down the line, or some other cool thing. Maybe they have to do a Money in the Bank cash-in and making it a triple threat just to get it off of the Fiend. Make it some impossible task that someone does, and we build up our next babyface because of long-term booking, because you can't just rely on nostalgia. But that's all WWE does because now Goldberg is champion. Let me ask you this, WWE. What happens in 20 years when these older guys aren't around, but you haven't been building up the younger guys to take over? You're not going to have nostalgia to rely on because Triple H, Undertaker, John Cena, Randy Orton, Goldberg, Brock Lesnar, I was going to say Chris Jericho, but not anymore, but all these part-timers and veterans that they bring back for 1 or 2 matches a year don't have that much time left. What's going to happen when they're all gone and not wrestling anymore, and you don't have guys like that to pull back? You don't have the star power anymore because you're not spending time building up these other guys. You're just building up part-timers in their place. It makes zero sense to me. I don't understand why Brock Lesnar and Goldberg are our world champions right now. It does not make sense to me. I don't know why, from a company standpoint or a business standpoint, why it would make sense. It doesn't. I don't know if it's Vince McMahon, if it's the company in general. I think this is the right thing to do in order to get Roman Reigns over. Because I guess the rumored WrestleMania matches now are apparently Goldberg versus Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship, just to try and get Roman cheered, but it's probably just going to end the same way that Brock and Roman did a few years ago, when both men just get booed out of the building and they just, they chant random things, they blow up beach balls, all that sort of stuff at WrestleMania. And then I've also heard the other rumored match now is The Fiend versus John Cena. So let's get into that. John Cena versus The Fiend sounds like an amazing World Championship match. If you just... The feud literally writes itself. If you remember back at WrestleMania, a few years ago, WrestleMania 30, it was Bray Wyatt versus John Cena. It was Bray Wyatt's first WrestleMania? Yeah, it was his first WrestleMania against John Cena. They had the whole legacy storyline, and Bray Wyatt lost that match, and it's what originally killed his first push. So, the Fiend always, goes for revenge against some of the guys who have wronged him in the past. So he's coming here and going after John Cena. John Cena, meanwhile, wants to win his 17th World Championship to break the record instead of, the record that he has tied with Ric Flair. So we can have Bray Wyatt looking for his revenge. Meanwhile, John Cena looking for his 17th World Championship. You've got motives for both men, and it builds up perfectly. Now we've lost the John Cena World Championship motivation, and we've given it to Goldberg to probably face Roman Reigns. For what? What do these men want to fight each other for? Roman wants to be world champion because he hasn't had it since he had to relinquish the Universal Championship. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with Roman Reigns winning the title. I would have rather Roman Reigns just win it for Bray Wyatt, but I understand, he's going to get booed for that. But you see, the thing here is, if they wanted to do this, and they didn't want to have the Fiend lose the title, and, they wanted to keep this character valued, and, have him build up to something down the line, and they still wanted Roman Reigns to win the World Championship at Mania, they could have just had Roman Reigns they could have had just Roman Reigns beat some other heel who's holding the Universal Championship. It doesn't matter who. You could insert anyone else in the spot. It doesn't make sense to me. The whole thing just could have been avoided if Bray Wyatt didn't win the Universal Championship in the first place. And I said this when Bray Wyatt first won the championship. It was way too early. He feuded with Finn Balor, and then he moved right into the Universal Championship picture against Seth Rollins and won the title and started his reign. It was too early for the Fiend, I think. The thing is, if you don't have long-term plans for that character with the championship to drop it and build someone else up, just don't have him win it. Have someone else win the Universal Championship and build Bray Wyatt up for a whole year where he can be the one to dethrone Roman Reigns at next year's SummerSlam. Had him feud with just random baby faces. John Cena at Mania could be a big win, but there's so many other faces in the company that he could have feuded with. We didn't have to give him the Universal Championship, which I said way back when they did the whole Seth Rollins weird finish at the end of Hell in a Cell for like the third year in a fucking row. It pisses me off. The stupidity of this company. I don't get it, and it's slapping the fans right in the face. We build up this great character that the fans get so attached to. I know me not personally, but they build up this character for so long, how many months, and he gets the World Championship. Everyone's behind it. Everyone wants to see him get a nice long run, and then they just slap him in the face and have him drop it to a part-timer. And they do it in Saudi Arabia, obviously, because those fans aren't as smarky and they're not going to, boo and be marks like, an American crowd would. If this happened in, like, Philadelphia or something like that, or Chicago, there would have been riots probably, for God's sakes. Like, the crowd reaction would have been so negative, so many boos, if Goldberg did beat The Fiend. Like, that would have just been absolutely insane. So that's obviously why they did it at Super Showdown, because they're not going to get that negative reaction. And now they've got Goldberg as Universal Champion to go into Mania, and they think, Roman Reigns is going to get cheered because we don't like Goldberg. But again, that hasn't worked. How many years in a row Roman Reigns getting cheered by facing someone that we're just kind of meh with? It hasn't worked because the fans just don't care about the match. We're not going to get into the whole Roman thing. I don't mind Roman having a World Championship reign. I think he deserves it. I like Roman Reigns. He's a pretty decent wrestler, but he's a pretty bland babyface, and not a lot of the crowd likes him. So why do you keep trying to get him over short term just to screw over your long-term characters like this new Fiend Bray Wyatt? Now he's lost the Universal Championship. He's lost the credibility. He's lost the thing that, like the star power or the wow factor of when someone finally beats the Fiend. You feed him to Goldberg. It makes no sense to me. I don't understand why this happened. I don't understand the logic behind it, why WWE just throw away the Fiend's character for Goldberg, of all people, who's realistically not going to be around in the next 5 years, realistically probably not around in the next 3 years. Just throwing it away for Goldberg to give him a rub, because Goldberg needs more credibility. Apparently he's not credible enough already as it is. It makes no sense to me. I don't know why WWE's done this. I've seen people try to defend it. The main one I've seen is that The Fiend changes people. He turned Seth Rollins heel. He turned Daniel Bryan back into the American Dragon. The Miz is kind of the outlier there because he didn't directly face The Fiend, but he sent Finn Balor back to NXT. And now his thing with Goldberg is that he's turning Goldberg into his old squash match self. that's to me, it's just like a lazy excuse for this entire thing. It's just defending the crap that WWE put out here and trying to be positive. And you know, I'd be one of those people. I've tried to be positive for so long with WWE, but it's getting to the point where I'm just getting tired of it. I don't watch Raw anymore. I don't watch SmackDown anymore unless, like, you know, the odd time I just see it on, or like a guy that I like Kevin Owens is on, you know, I'll watch or something like that. You know, there's the odd thing I enjoy, but it feels like a chore to watch a full Raw episode of Raw and SmackDown. And, you know, it's not exactly motivating me to come back here on YouTube and make more content, because WWE just, it sucks right now. The main roster shows for the most part, and like, I don't know, I'm starting to get tired of putting money into this company and just completely ending up getting disappointed. I really am. Alright. Sorry if I got a little too smarky there, but god damn it. I didn't want to sound like an internet virgin, but I don't understand why Goldberg won the title here. I don't think there's any way you can possibly logically defend why it was a good idea. I'm sure people are going to, but I don't see who in their right mind would have booked that. Obviously Vince McMahon, but, you know, clearly he's made a lot of questionable decisions in the past. Watch Goldberg go and beat Roman at Mania now. You know, that'd just be funny. I'd honestly laugh. It's at that point now. I'd laugh. That'd be my reaction. Because, you know, why am I supposed to care about The Fiend anymore? What's cool about The Fiend now? He lost to a 60-year-old man. Who cares now? Who cares? John Cena could beat him at Mania, and I wouldn't, like, bat an eye. I wouldn't be surprised. Well, my memory card decided to fill up, so I guess that's probably a sign I should end the video here. I think I've been ranting for a good 20 minutes now. That's going to do it for the video, guys. Usually I don't make content like this. In fact, I'm sort of going a content change, so subscribe, like if you enjoyed. Let me know down below in the comments, what do you think about this thing? If you want to try and defend it, be my guest. I just don't see any way of doing so right now. But, you know, I just saw the match. Maybe I'm a little heated right now. And in a few days or weeks, you know, maybe there'll be a positive side that comes out to this. But I don't want to be too optimistic with WWE these days, because it's insulting the fans' intelligence and what we wanted. Or what the majority of the fans wanted, at least. You know, I know some people probably didn't like The Fiend. Like, I wasn't that big of a fan of him, like I said at the start. But that's going to do it for today's rant video, guys. Thanks for watching. See you later. Goldberg is our Universal Champion.
A miracle!